Sarah Jane Salazar, ang kanyang paglantad sa media ang nagbigay mukha sa usaping HIV and AIDS. Dulzura Cortez, ang kanyang talambuhay ang
I heard the horror story about the HIV cases in the Philippines increasing, while all the other countries in the world are basically experiencing a reduction. The Philippines was one of the 9 countries around the world that was experiencing an increase of over 25%. And the demographics was about 19 to 34 years old. And in NCR,
the numbers are growing in the workplace where we have a lot of operations. It's growing in the age bracket where our employees are in.
Way back in 2008, I returned to the country, and one of the things that I felt strongly about was the need to expand the partnerships beyond just the health sector. And in my experience, the business sector is very critical because it can lend a wide range of expertise and experience to response as seen in global and regional documents, no? And we welcomed actually the keen interest of Filipinas Shell Foundation.
we didn't want to further damage the business sector with the increases in HIV infection. This is how PBSR came about.
So parang how do we help these people? How do you become a company that employees want to work for?
When I started with PBSR, the implementation strategy is captured in 3 letters. That's PER. P stands for we provide for correct information about HIV and AIDS. We encourage these takers who attended the HIV 101 to submit themselves for testing, that is encouraging them behavioral change. And lastly, if they are reactive, who are reactive in the HIV screening, those employees are referred to the expert for further treatment, care, and support. Initially, it was very challenging to get companies to allow us to conduct HIV 101 workshops because they felt it was time and money wasted. It was a question of how many hours of a group of employees are we going to consume, instead of those hours being used to work, to output, and to earn for their business. We had setbacks, but we took it as a challenge. We tailor-made the HIV 101 to the demands of the companies. This is to allow more employees to attend the sessions. We had a day session to 1-hour HIV 101 sessions. And to make it more accessible, we brought the VCTs to the workplaces so that the employees can take the HIV screening test and know the result immediately. This is to encourage them once we have conducted the HIV 101.
PSFI is like a mentor to us, especially Ms. Marvy and Sir EVC. They've been helping Love Yourself ever since we started. And I asked support from Filipina Shell Foundation, and they're very, very willing to help us. And since then, they've been supporting our 2 community centers and the new treatment program that we have. Filipina Shell Foundation was crucial in the implementation and in our success.
Because of the support that we provided to TLY, 51% of the new HIV cases in Metro Manila was captured by the sundown clinics of TLY. Shell, through PBSR, partnered with local government units to be able to leverage our support so that we can reach to more target population.
Especially in Quezon City. Quezon City is the #1 HIV/AIDS area or city of all the other cities.
Quezon City is the most active and most creative in their HIV advocacy. We have a lot of partnerships with them. They always look into new ways of reaching out to the population.
Sa pakikipagtulungan ng Filipina Shell Foundation, Philippine Business Sector response to HIV and AIDS program.
At the end of 2015, we were shocked to hear that Puerto Princesa was 3rd in the increasing cases in the whole Philippines.
Nag-start tayo ng partnership with Filipina Shell Foundation. Kaya naitutulong nun sa amin kasi siyempre dun sa advocacy hindi naman kaya ng City Health Office o ng team natin na mapuntahan lahat ng mga grupo o ano ba yan, workplace man yan o school. So yun, dun sila nakakatulong ng gusto.
napakalaking impact po talaga yung ginawa ng Shell dito sa Puerto Princesa. Lalo-lalo din sa Project H4 kasi kung wala yung Filipina Shell Foundation, siguro wala rin kami mga programs na ganito, wala kami community center, and siguro hanggang papel pa rin yung Project H4.
We set up the Amustara Community Center with Project H4. And the Amustara is a community center that we hope to encourage the young population to come to Amustara to feel safe and to ensure that they are able to get the correct information.
Giving lasting benefit, and all our programs, our guiding principle is that we want to help in nation building. Responsibilidad ng bawat isa sa atin na magkaroon ng kaalaman ng bawat isa, lalo na yung mga susunod na henerasyon.
Because the cases are really going much younger, PBSR has moved into schools because we think the schools are also workplaces, and the students of these workplaces are now getting into the vulnerable group. PBSR knew that this age bracket between 15 to 24 years old is critical because this age bracket is the one transitioning to the workplace. Safeguarding this segment of the age group will assure us that we have a healthy next generation pool of workers.
Una sa lahat, gusto kong pasalamatan ang Filipina Shell Foundation sa kanyang mga naiambag sa ating response for HIV and AIDS, lalong-lalo na pagdating sa business and labor sector.
We need to stand shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, to really reach what we envision to be ending AIDS in the Philippines, if not by 2030, aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals, by 2022 as anticipated or projected by the Philippine National AIDS Council.
Sana ay matuloy ang mga pagtulong na ginagawa at mga activities na nakakatulong specifically for our HIV and AIDS response na ginagawa ng Filipina Shell Foundation.
3, 2, 1!
Our most important partners are the Department of Health, the UNAIDS, the ILO, because these are organizations that will keep us in touch with the new interventions, the new ways of handling things, the new goals in the global scenario. They are the ones that keep us on our toes to make sure that what we do on the ground is aligned to the strategies globally and nationally.
With the 20,000 people that we tested last year, 2015, 1,505 of them were newly diagnosed people living with HIV. Compared to the reports of the Department of Health, we're actually catering to 56% of all the newly diagnosed people living with HIV here in Metro Manila and 20% in the whole Philippines. So, impact-wise, I think we're reaching the correct people. But we don't need to stop there. Instead, we need to scale up whatever we're doing to reach more people.
Sa mga kumpanya na nagnanais na magkaroon ng pulisiya sa HIV sa kanilang kumpanya, ay pakitawagan lang po kami at kami po ay magbibigay ng tulong sa kanila.